students. Today we are discussing about the plane geometry for 8th class students. Regarding this one, now first question, that is 111. What is quadrilateral? What is quadrilateral? A quadrilateral is a closed figure formed by 4 line segments such that no 2 line segments cross each other except at their end points is called quadrilateral. Simply, a quadrilateral can be known as a closed figure with 4 sides is called quadrilateral. A closed figure with 4 sides is called quadrilateral. A closed figure with 4 sides is called quadrilateral. Quadrilateral having 4 sides, 4 vertices, 4 angles. Okay. Sum of all 4 interior angles of a quadrilateral is called what we know here, 360 degrees. A closed figure with 4 sides is called quadrilateral. Quadrilateral having 4 vertices, 4 angles, 4 sides. Okay. Right. Sum of all 4 interior angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degrees. Now, next question. What is convex quadrilateral? A quadrilateral in which the measure of each interior angle is less than 180 degrees is called convex quadrilateral. Each interior angle of a quadrilateral is less than 180, then such type of quadrilateral is known as convex quadrilateral. For example, this is a convex quadrilateral. A, B, C, D. This angle is less than 180, this angle is less than 180, this angle is less than 180, this angle is less than 180. All 4 angles are less than 180. Therefore, this is a convex quadrilateral. Quadrilateral is nothing but the each interior angle is less than 180. These type of quadrilaterals are called convex quadrilateral. Okay, now next question. What is concave quadrilateral? A quadrilateral in which measure of one of their interior angle. What is concave quadrilateral? A quadrilateral in which the measure of one of their interior angle is more than 180. More than 180. One of the interior angle of a quadrilateral is more than 180 is called concave quadrilateral. Right. Suppose, see here, So, for example, A, B, C, D. Angle A less than 180, angle B less than 180, angle C less than 180, angle D more than 180. Angle D is more than 180. If one interior angle of a quadrilateral is more than 180, is known as concave quadrilateral. See here, ABCD is a quadrilateral. Angle A less than 180, angle B less than 180, angle C less than 180, but angle D more than 180. This type of quadrilateral is called concave quadrilateral. Okay. What is the sum of interior angles in a quadrilateral? What you know here? Sum of interior angles of any quadrilateral is equals to 360 degrees. Sum of any quadrilateral. Sum of any four angles of a quadrilateral. Sum of any four angles of a quadrilateral. Sum of interior angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degrees. Suppose ABCD is a quadrilateral. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to what we know? 360 degrees. Sum of all four interior angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degrees. Sum of all four interior angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degrees. What is trapezium? Here we have five types of quadrilateral. In that one type is trapezium. What is the quadrilateral? A closed figure with four sides is called quadrilateral. How many types we have here? Five types. First one, parallelogram. Second one, rectangle, parallelogram. Second one, rectangle. Third one, rhombus. Fourth one, square. Now last one, what is trapezium? Okay, so trapezium means one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Only one pair of opposite sides are parallel is called trapezium. Suppose this is a ABCD. Listen here. Here AB parallel to DC. Only one pair is opposite sides. Only one pair of opposite sides are parallel here. Trapezium is nothing but only one pair of opposite sides are parallel is called trapezium. Trapezium is a quadrilateral in which one pair of opposite sides are parallel. One pair of opposite sides are parallel. This type of trapezium is called this type of quadrilateral is called trapezium. What is the length of the median of a trapezium? Suppose this is a one trapezium here. A, B, C, D. The length of the median of a trapezium is equal to the half of sum of the parallel sides. Half of sum of the parallel sides. The length of the median of a trapezium. The length of the median of a trapezium. Suppose non-parallel sides BC, AD. The midpoint of a non-parallel sides That means the midpoint of a BC something x, midpoint of a AD something y. Now join x and y. Here xy is known as the median of the trapezium. Median of the trapezium. So xy is equals to what we know here? Sum of half of the parallel sides. Sum of the parallel sides. AB plus CD by 2. So median of the trapezium is equal to sum of half of the parallel sides. Sum of half of the parallel sides. So median xy is equal to AB plus DC by 2 or CD by 2. xy is equals to AB plus CD by 2. So this is the answer. Next question. What is isosceles trapezium? In which the non-parallel sides are equal to each other is known as trapezium. In a trapezium, if the length of non-parallel sides are equal, then such type of trapezium is known as isosceles trapezium. Suppose this is the one trapezium here, ABCD. Here AB comma CD are the parallel sides, BC AD are non-parallel sides. If BC is equals to AD, then ABCD is known as isosceles trapezium. If length of non-parallels of a trapezium are equal, then it is a isosceles trapezium. These lengths are equal. BC is equals to AD. Length of non-parallel sides are equal. It is called isosceles trapezium. Next, what is kite? A quadrilateral having two pairs of equal adjacent sides but unequal opposite sides is called kite. For example, here this is a kite. In a quadrilateral having two pairs of equal adjacent sides. Suppose A, B, C, D. In that A, B, C, D, AB is equals to AD. AB is equals to AD. Next, BC is equals to DC. Length of the adjacent sides equal, but opposite sides are not equal. AB is not equal to DC. Only the length of the adjacent sides are equal. Then such type of quadrilateral is known as kite. Okay. Kite lo only length of the adjacent sides are equal, not opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are not equal. Okay, next one. What is parallelogram? Already we discussed, we have 5 types of quadrilateral. First one is parallelogram. Parallelogram is nothing but Opposite sides, a quadrilateral which having opposite sides are parallel is known as parallelogram. A quadrilateral which having opposite sides are parallel and opposite sides are equal. Length of the opposite sides are equal. Right. A quadrilateral which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel and length of opposite sides are equal is called parallelogram. Suppose this is a one parallelogram ABCD. Here AB parallel to DC, BC parallel to AD, and AB is equals to DC, AD is equals to BC. That means a quadrilateral which having opposite sides are parallel and length of the opposite sides are equal is called parallelogram. Opposite sides are parallel and length of the opposite sides are equal is called parallelogram. It is enough. AB is equal to DC. AB parallel to DC and AB is equal to DC. Next, AD parallel to BC and AD is equal to BC. Length of the opposite sides are equal and opposite sides are parallel. Okay, right. Next question. Does the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect to each other or not? Yes. The diagonals of a parallelogram are bisect to each other. Bisect to each other. Yes, the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect to each other. Suppose ABCD is a parallelogram. AC is the diagonal, BD is the diagonal. Here AC comma BD diagonals are bisect to each other. Bisect to each other. That means a diagonal AC can bisect the BD. That means that can divide the two equal parts. Right? Suppose the intersecting point of diagonals is something O. Here AO is equals to OC. At the same time OB is equals to OD. A diagonal AC can bisect the BD. At the same time diagonal BD can bisect the diagonal ACE. That means the two diagonals are bisect to each other. Bisect to each other. Okay. Now next question. How the diagonal of a parallelogram divide it? How the diagonal of a parallelogram divide it? So this is a one parallelogram ABCD. Take one diagonal AC. Here the diagonal AC of a parallelogram ABCD can divide the two triangles. These two triangles are congruent to each other. That means a diagonal of a parallelogram can divide the two equal triangles or two congruent triangles. So here triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ACD. Two equal parts. In a parallelogram, each diagonal divided into two congruent triangles. Each diagonal can divide it into two congruent triangles. Right. Now next question. Sum of adjacent angles in a parallelogram is how much? Sum of adjacent angles of a parallelogram, how much? A, B, C, D. Here ABCD is a parallelogram. That means length of opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are parallel. At the same time opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are also equal. But sum of adjacent angles, angle A plus angle B is equal to what we know? 180 degrees. The sum of any two adjacent angles of a parallelogram is equal to 180 degrees. Sum of any two adjacent angles of a parallelogram is equals to, what is the answer here? 180 degrees. Angle A plus angle B is equal to 180. Angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. Angle C plus angle D is equal to 180. Angle D plus angle A is also 180 degrees. That means sum of any two adjacent angles. Sum of any two adjacent angles is equal to, what is the answer? 180 degrees. Sum of any two adjacent angles of a parallelogram is equal to 180 degrees. Write the relation between sides of a parallelogram and diagonals. Write the relation between sides of a parallelogram and diagonals. The sum of squares of four sides of a parallelogram is equal to the sum of the squares of a diagonals. Right. Suppose this is a one parallelogram ABCD. The relation between sides and diagonals of a parallelogram. What is here? See here. The sum of squares of four sides of a parallelogram is equal to the sum of the squares of diagonals. That means AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus AD square equal to sum of squares of diagonals. That means AC square plus BD square. AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus AD square is equals to sum of squares of diagonals. That means AC square plus BD square. AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus AD square is equal to AC square plus BD square. This is the relation between sides and diagonals of a parallelogram. Now, next one, rectangle. A parallelogram in which one angle is right angle is called rectangle. This is the rectangle. See here. In this rectangle, each angle is 90 degrees. Opposite sides are parallel. Length of the opposite sides are equal. Opposite angles are equal, but each angle is 90 degrees. Is called rectangle. So rectangle means a parallelogram which contain at least one angle is 90 degrees. Is called rectangle. A parallelogram in which one angle is right angle is called rectangle. Okay. ఒకటి 90 degrees అయితే రిమైనింగ్ అన్నీ కూడా 90 degrees అవుతాయి. Suppose this is 90. Sum of what we know, sum of any two adjacent angles is equal to 180. 90 plus 90 ఇది 180. Next, sum of any two adjacent angles. Sum of these two what we know, 180. That means this is also 90, this is also 90. So each angle is 90 degrees. This is called rectangle. So rectangle means opposite sides are parallel, opposite sides are equal. Okay, each angle is 90 degrees is called rectangle. What is rhombus? A parallelogram in which two adjacent sides are equal is called rhombus. At least two adjacent sides are equal. Adjacent sides are equal is called rhombus. Rhombus means all sides are equal. A parallelogram or a quadrilateral which having all sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel is known, opposite angles are equal. All sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel, opposite angles are equal is known as rhombus. So suppose ABCD is a rhombus. AB parallel to DC, BC parallel to AD. Opposite sides are parallel, but all sides are equal means AB is equals to BC is equals to CD is equals to AD. Okay. Opposite angles are equal. Angle A is equal to angle C. Angle B is equals to angle D. Okay. All sides are equal. Opposite sides are parallel. Opposite angles are equal is known as rhombus. Right now, what is square? A rectangle in which adjacent sides are equal is called square. Or a rhombus which contain one angle is 90 degrees is called rhombus. Square. A rhombus which contain one interior angle is 90 degrees is called square. Square means all sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel, opposite angles are equal, but each angle is 90 degrees. Here this is a square. What about this one? This is a rectangle. Opposite sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel, opposite angles are equal, but each angle is 90 degrees. Suppose this is a ABCD rectangle, ABCD square. Here AD comma in rectangle, AC comma BD are the diagonals. Diagonals are bisect to each other. Length of the diagonals are equal here. In a rectangle, the length of the diagonals are equal. In a square, it is also a square. Length of the diagonals are equal. So square also having the length of the diagonals are equal. So length of the diagonals are equal. In each quadrilateral we have here, and that means only two quadrilaters. The quadrilateral which having the length of diagonals are equal, they are only the square and rectangle. Length of the diagonals equal గా ఉన్నటువంటి quadrilaters only two quadrilaters. They are square. First one is square, second one is rectangle. Okay. Square means opposite sides are parallel, opposite angles are equal, but each angle is 90 degrees. All sides are equal. In which quadrilateral is formed joining the midpoint of squares. Midpoint of square. Suppose ABCD is a square. Midpoint of AB. midpoint of BC, midpoint of CD, midpoint of AD. A quadrilateral formed by joining the successively midpoints of sides of a square is also square. Right? This is also one square here. ABCD is a square. Midpoint of sides of ABCD. First one is something X, Y, Z, something P. X, Y, Z, P quadrilateral is also formed here square. The quadrilateral formed by joining successively the midpoints of sides of a square is known as square. So X, Y, Z, P is a square. X is the midpoint of AB, Y is the midpoint of BC, Z is the midpoint of CD, P is the midpoint of AD. So X, Y, Z form a square. The line segment joining midpoints of a square is also what we know here, square. What is curve? A figure formed on a plane surface joining a number of points without lifting. Without lifting pencil is called curve. A figure formed by on a plane surface joining a number of points without lifting pencil without lifting pencil this is known as curve. Without lifting pencil. Okay. What is open curve? A curve which does not end the same starting point. Suppose, for example, so this is a curve, open curve. A curve which does not end with the same starting point or which does not cut itself is called open curve. So this is starting point, this one is ending point, not a closed. This is opened curve. What is closed curve? A curve which cuts itself, or which starts and ends at the same point is called closed curve. Suppose this is closed curve. This is open curve. Okay. Open curve. Closed curve. Closed curve. Okay. Now next one. What is simple closed curve? A closed curve is called simple closed curve which does not intersect itself. You see here. Closed curve. Closed curve. Closed curve. simple closure curve. A closure curve is called simple closure curve which does not intersect itself. Okay. What is polygon? A simple closure curve mode of only line segments. A closed figure with sides with line segments. A closed figure with line segments is known as polygon. No, sorry. See here. All line segments. Suppose A, B, C, D, E. All 5 line segments. AB line segment, BC line segment, CD line segment, DE line segment, AE line segment. A simple closed curve mode of only line segments is called polygon. Here this polygon having 5 sides. Polygon having 5 sides. Suppose for example, here this is a one polygon. Here this polygon having 4 sides. This is 3 sides. How many sides we have here? 6 sides. A closed figure with line segments is called polygon. More than 3. 3 or more than 3. A closed figure with 3 or more than 3 sides is called polygon. Right, now next question. How you classify polygons? We classify polygons according to the number of sides. A polygon which contains 4 sides is called quadrilateral. A polygon which contains 5 sides is called pentagon, and so on. What is a triangle? 3-sided simple closed figure is called triangle. A closed figure with 3 sides is called triangle. What is quadrilateral? A closed figure with 4 sides is called quadrilateral. How many types of quadrilateral we have here? 5 types. They are parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, square, trapezium. Pentagon. A closed figure with 5 sides is called pentagon. Closed figure with 5 sides. So this is a pentagon. A closed figure with 5 sides is called pentagon. A closed figure with next one, what is hexagon? A closed figure with 6 sides is called hexagon. Closed figure with 6 sides is known as hexagon. Okay. Now next question. What is heptagon? Heptagon means a closed figure with 7 sides. Closed figure with 7 sides is called heptagon. Now next question. What is octagon? A closed figure with 8 sides. A closed figure with 8 sides is called octagon. A closed figure with 8 sides is called heptagon. What is nonagon? A closed figure with 9 sides. A closed figure with 9 sides is called nonagon. Now decagon. Next question, what is decagon? A closed figure with 10 sides. A closed figure with 10 sides is called decagon. Decagon. Types of polygons, right? Types of polygons. Right. Sorry for the types of polygons. We have here three types. So four types: regular polygons, irregular polygons, convex polygons, concave polygons. Already we discussed convex and concave. So how many types of polygons we have here? Four types: regular, irregular, convex, concave. Okay, four types of polygons we have here. They are regular, irregular, convex, concave. Now next question, what is the regular polygon? A polygon with all sides and angles are equal is called regular polygon. A polygon which contain all sides are equal, all angles are equal, is known as regular polygon. Square is a regular polygon. Rectangle is a not a regular polygon. Regular polygon means all sides equal. All sides equal and all angles are equal. Here this is a regular polygon, this is not a regular polygon. Here this is a, what about this one? This is not a regular polygon because suppose length is equal, but here these two not equal. Okay. Regular polygon means length of all sides are equal, angles are equal, is called regular polygon. A polygon which contain all sides are equal, all angles are equal is known as regular polygon. What is the nature of regular polygon? Regular polygons are equilateral, equiangular closed figures. Equilateral and equiangular closed figures. Okay. What is the main nature of the regular polygon? We have here a regular polygons means they are equilateral and equiangular closed figures. Equilateral and equiangular closed figures. Now next question. What is the irregular polygons? A polygon with all sides are angles are not equal is called irregular. Suppose this is a rectangle, this is a irregular polygon. All sides are not equal here. Square is a regular polygon. Rhombus is not a regular polygon because angles are different here. Okay, right. Here these two are irregular polygon, this one is regular polygon. Irregular means all sides are different or all angles are different. What is the length diagonal of a polygon? The line segment obtained by joining the non-consecutive vertices of a polygon is called diagonal. The line segment joining the opposite vertices. A line segment obtained by joining the non-consecutive vertices. Suppose here this is a square here, ABCD, AC, BD are the diagonals. The line segment obtained by joining the non-consecutive vertices. Suppose this is a polygon. Here this is one diagonal. This is one diagonal. Also this is diagonal. Right. Next, here this one is one diagonal. This one is one diagonal. This one is one diagonal. The line segment obtained by joining the non-consecutive vertices. Non-consecutive vertices అంటే వరుసగా ఉన్న పాయింట్స్ కాకుండా ఆఫ్ ఏ పాలిగాన్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ diagonal of the polygon. Okay, right. Next, what is the angle sum property of a triangle? What we know here, 180 degrees. Sum of three interior angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. Suppose ABC is a triangle. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to what we know, 180 degrees. Angle sum property of a triangle is equal to sum of all three interior angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. What is the angle sum property of a quadrilateral? What is the answer? 360 degrees. Sum of all four interior angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degrees. Okay. Now next question. How can you calculate the sum of all angles of a polygon with n sides? Okay, right. How can you calculate sum of all angles of a polygon with n sides? The sum of all the interior angles of a polygon with n sides is equal to, we have here one formula, n minus 2 into 180 degrees. N minus 2 into 180 degrees is called sum of all interior angles of a polygon which having n sides. With the n sides is, what is the formula? N minus 2 into 180 degrees. N minus 2 into 180 degrees. Okay. Only for this one is regular polygon. Regular polygon. N minus 2 into 180 degrees. What is the perimeter of a regular polygon? Sum of all sides. Suppose a polygon which contain n sides, that the perimeter of the n-sided regular polygon is equal to n into a. N into side, which contain 4 sides, 4 into side. Sum of all 4 sides, 4 into side, 5 into side, 6 into side. So answer is n into a, n into side. What is the perimeter of a regular polygon? Means n into side. 4 sides means 4 into side. 5 sides means 5 into side. 6-sided regular polygon is equal to 6 into side, right? How can you calculate each interior angle of a regular polygon, right? Here we know how that sum of all interior angles of regular polygon is equals to, what is the answer? What we know here? N minus 2 into 180 degrees. Already we discussed here. So each angle means by n. Each angle of a regular polygon, each interior angle of a regular polygon is equal to answer n minus 2 into 180 by n. By n is the right answer. Okay, what is the formula here? N minus 2 into 180 by n. Each interior angle of a regular polygon of n sides is equal to formula n minus 2 into 180 by n. So this is the right answer. Now next question. What is the each exterior angle of a regular polygon? Right. Each exterior angle of a regular polygon of n sides is equal to what we know? What is the formula here? 360 by n. 360 by n. Each exterior angle of a regular polygon equal to formula 360 by n. What is the sum of exterior angles of a quadrilateral? What is the answer? 360 degrees. 4 exterior angles of a quadrilateral is equal to sum of 4 exterior angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degrees. Suppose this is a one quadrilateral here. Exterior angle, exterior angle, exterior angle, exterior angle. Sum of all 4 exterior angles is equal to, what is the answer? 360 degrees. Sum of all 4 exterior angles of a quadrilateral is equal to, answer is 360 degrees. Write the different types of quadrilateral. How many types we have here? 5 types: parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, square, trapezium. Okay, the types of quadrilateral are already we discussed in previous question. How many types we have here? 5 types. First one parallelogram, second one rectangle, third one rhombus, fourth one square, fifth one trapezium. What is quadrilateral? A closed figure with 4 sides is called quadrilateral. Already we discussed in previous question. Right? Next question. What is convex quadrilateral? Already we discussed in previous question. A quadrilateral in which the measure of each interior angle is less than 180 is called convex. So this is a convex. Concave means a quadrilateral in which the measure of one of the interior angle is more than 180. More than 180. Already we discussed in previous question. Suppose this is A, B, C, D. Your angle D more than 180. Concave quadrilateral. Or what is the sum of, next question, what is the sum of angles in a quadrilateral? What is the answer? 360. According to the angle sum property, sum of all 4 interior angles of a quadrilateral is equal to what we know? 360 degrees. Next one. How diagonals divide the quadrilateral? The diagonal of any quadrilateral can divide two triangles. Suppose ABCD is a quadrilateral, AC is the diagonal. Here AC can divide the quadrilateral into two triangles. First one is triangle ABC, next triangle is triangle ACD. Okay. What is the trapezium? Already we discussed in previous question. If one pair of opposite sides are parallel is called trapezium. Only one pair of opposite sides. Only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Here, AB parallel to DC. Here this is known as the trapezium. How the diagonals of a trapezium divided? The diagonals of a trapezium divides each other proportionally, right? Suppose for example this is a rhombus ABCD. AC is the one diagonal, BD is the another diagonal. The intersecting point of diagonals something O. Okay. The diagonals of a trapezium divides each other proportionally. That means AO by OC is equals to OB by OD. AO by OC equal to BO by or OB by OD proportionally. The ratio of sides are proportional. AO by OC is equal to OB by OD. Right, next one. What is the lateral sides of a trapezium? Non-parallel sides of a trapezium are called lateral sides. Non-parallel sides. ABCD is a trapezium here. Here parallel sides AB and CD. Non-parallel sides BC comma AD. BC comma AD. So these are called lateral sides. Non-parallel sides of a trapezium are called lateral sides. Next, what is the median of a trapezium? Suppose this is the one trapezium here, ABCD, right? A line segment formed by joining the midpoints of non-parallel sides. Suppose non-parallel sides what we have here, BC comma AD. The midpoint of BC is something X, midpoint of AD something Y. Now joining these two midpoints that form XY line segment. Here XY line segment is known as the median of the trapezium. Median of the trapezium. The line joining midpoints of non-parallel sides of a trapezium is called median of the trapezium. Right. Write the relation between length of the median with parallel sides. Already we discussed in previous question. Right. The length of the median of your trapezium is equal to the half of the sum of the parallel sides. Already we discussed in previous question. So now, for example, ABCD is a trapezium. Here median is XY. This is X, this is Y. So length of the median of your trapezium is equal to half of the, right? XY is equal to half into AB plus DC. Half of sum of the half of the parallel sides. Now next question. What is isosceles trapezium? Isosceles trapezium means a trapezium in which non-parallel sides are equal. Non-parallel sides are equal. In a trapezium which contain length of the non-parallel sides are equal is called isosceles trapezium. Length of the non-parallel sides are equal. Length of the non-parallel sides are equal is called isosceles trapezium. What is a kite? Kite means the length of adjacent sides are equal. In a kite, two pair of adjacent sides are equal. Pair of adjacent sides are equal. Adjacent sides are equal. Okay, here this is known as kite. What is parallelogram? Parallelogram means length of opposite sides are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Opposite sides are parallel. The diagonals are bisect to each other. Suppose ABCD is a parallelogram. Length of opposite sides are equal. AB is equal to DC. BC is equal to AD. Opposite sides are parallel. AB parallel to DC. BC parallel to AD. Opposite angles are equal. Angle A is equal to angle C. Angle B is equal to angle D. The diagonals are bisect to each other. Diagonals are bisect each other. The diagonal AC, diagonals BD can bisect to each other. So this is known as parallelogram. Write a comment on angles of a parallelogram. Right. Suppose this is a one parallelogram. The adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary or 180 degrees. Opposite angles are alternate angles of a parallelogram are equal. Right. Comment on angles of a parallelogram. Right. Suppose ABCD is a parallelogram. Opposite angles are equal. A parallelogram which having opposite angles are equal. Angle A is equal to angle C, angle B is equal to angle D. Sum of any two adjacent angles is equal what we know? 180 degrees, or they are supplementary. Angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees, or angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. Angle D plus angle A is equal to 180. Next, angle C plus angle D is also 180. Sum of any two adjacent angles of a parallelogram is equal to 180 degrees. They are supplementary angles. Right. Write relation between the sides of a parallelogram. Write, not write. Write the relation between the sides of a parallelogram and diagonals. The sum of the squares of four sides of the parallelogram is equal to the sum of the squares of diagonals. Right. This is a parallelogram ABCD. So what we know here? Sum of the squares of sides of a parallelogram is equal to sum of the squares of the diagonals. That means AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus AD square equal to AC square plus BD square. Okay. Sum of squares of parallelogram is equal. Sum of squares of a sides. Sum of squares of sides of a parallelogram is equal to sum of squares of its diagonals. Now next question. How diagonals of parallelogram divide the parallelogram? Right. Parallelogram ABCD, AC diagonal, BD diagonal. In a parallelogram, one diagonal can divide the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. That means AC can divide the ABCD parallelogram into two congruent triangles. That means triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ACD. At the same time, BD diagonal can also can divide the it into two congruent triangles. Triangle ABD is congruent to triangle BCD. That means the diagonal of a parallelogram can divide it into two congruent triangles.